Johnny Webb here on Karma Radio with Bernie and Steve on a Wednesday night.
Steve and Bernie.
Yeah, that's right. Are you ready for the cruise that's coming up?
Man, we are so ready. We've been working on some new material, and 2019 is going to be great, man. We're looking forward to it, and this cruise is going to be off the charts. So everybody you can imagine is going to be on the boat. So we're ready for it, buddy.
Yeah, Ben was telling us that you guys have some new stuff. He wouldn't talk about it too much, but he said you guys got some new stuff that's just going to be killer.
Oh yeah, definitely. I tell you, it's a great group of guys. I mean, you just do your job and you don't even think about it. Everybody's so talented in this band. And it's great to play with them, man. They're all incredible.
Well, John, let's everybody's kind of introduced themselves and told us a little bit about their background in music, and there's no reason that we shouldn't do that with you as well. Now, I follow you on Facebook. We've been Facebook friends for years, but I mean, you've been in the music business for a long time. Where did you start?
Oh, God. Right here in Salisbury, North Carolina. I taught myself to play, and I wanted to be in with the big boys, and a band came through, and I didn't have any keyboards. I just had a little toy keyboard, and they're like, "We need a keyboard player," and I'm like, "I'm a keyboard player." Never been in a band, and they took me, threw me in the mix, and man, just took off from there. I think I was gone for 20 years after this tour playing music. So.
What bands were you in?
Oh my God! There was a couple really good bands that I've played with that got me from step to step. You go from the bars to the college circuit, and then you grab on to anybody who wants you to play, and just have a good time with it, man. I've met a lot of good people. I try not to drop too many names.
Well, drop some.
Oh man. I've just been honored to meet everybody I've played with have been good people and good musicians, and but I came back home after I lived in Pennsylvania for a while, and I came back home, and the first band that I hooked up with here was Preacher Stone, and I mean the first song I heard was "Can't Keep a Good Man Down," and I was like, that's the band I got to play with right there. Man, incredible.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we kind of dedicated that song to you when you had your little health issue not long ago.
Oh, yeah. Thank God. I got through all of that. I'm doing great, man. And thank God. I mean, scared
and you're looking really good. I have to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, you've lost some weight and... getting out and doing some walking and stuff again. And
oh yeah, definitely. I've had weight issues since I turned 40. I fight it all the time, but man, I'm happy with who I am, and I just try to do the right things and hang in there and enjoy life, man.
Well, Johnny, there's nobody I've ever met that didn't say nothing but absolutely perfectly nice things about you, and
thank you, man.
And that includes your bandmates. That includes this group of guys that are in Preacher Stone right now it's the perfect match.
Well, I agree. I've never been.
You guys all blend together like a big pot of soup. You guys all make that. Yeah, you guys all just make it all come together.
You have to look around and smile because just to listen to them play. And you're right there with them, and it's an honor. Really is. They're good people.
Yeah,
I like watching you play too, Johnny. It just seems like you just close your eyes and you go into the moment, and you just go out there and dun 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 dun. That's how when I picture you when you play. Oh my God, you're just so cool when you play. Oh yeah, you're welcome. But I watch all the videos, so. Of course, my eyes are all over watching.
Well, the 2019 is going to be a very exciting year for Preacher Stone. Not only do you have the cruise, but hopefully we're going to see a new CD coming out as well.
Well, we're working towards that, man. We got a lot of good things going, and a lot of cool things happening for the new year. We'll probably put that in our website soon, but a lot of good things coming this way, and we're looking forward to it, buddy.
Well, I mean, getting on these cruises is a great thing because you never know who's there. You're playing with some great bands. I mean, you're going to be on a cruise with Skinner, Blackberry Smoke, Blackstone Cherry,
Marshall Tucker.
Oh, Marshall Tucker.
Molly Hatchet.
Yeah, Molly Hatchet's going to be there.
Yeah.
Maybe Kurt Town.
Kurt Town, yeah, that was a...
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to it.
Blackberry Smoke?
Mm-hmm.
Did you...
Blackberry Smoke, yes, indeed. But, man, it's just it's a thrill every time. It's like you walk on the boat and everybody knows your name. It's just amazing. We got some great friends and great fans, and we just love what we do. And I can't see stopping, man. It's just like they'll go, "Aren't you too old?" No, man. That's what keeps you young at heart, playing music, brother.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys have very forward momentum right now.
I agree.
Very forward momentum, and this Remedy CD that came out about a year or so ago, it was just it was a different Preacher Stone than I've ever heard before.
Oh yeah, man. That album came together in a weird way. I mean, we went in with a lot of great songs, but we wrote a lot of songs on the spot in the studio. And,
oh really?
Oh my God, Marty and Ronnie. I mean, everybody in the band puts the gravy together, man, but Ronnie amazes me with his lyrics, dude. He just amazes me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie's a good man.
Yeah, he writes some good stuff, and then, I like to watch Marty and Ben, kind of...
Oh, yeah,
play off each other?
Oh, yeah, just the...
Yeah, I do, too.
That momentum is there, and adding Josh as the drummer, and then having you back... on the keyboards, and then Bolt over there just beating the hell out of the bass, man. It's just...
Man, I love Preacher Stone, man. I love them. I'm telling you, I'm your biggest fan, Johnny, in Canada. I hope still to this day. I just love you all. Yes, I know, and I can't wait. Believe me, I can't wait.
Have you guys ever played Canada?
We haven't yet, but we've got a couple things in the works where we might be up that way soon. So we'll keep you posted.
I'll be hitting my floor if you ever do, man. I'll come by plane wherever you guys are just to come and see you guys.
Nah, it was about 2 years ago. This time you guys were over in Europe, right?
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, and
that was
going back.
moment.
We're still working on that. So.
Oh, about going back.
Yeah, we've got it in the works, or we're talking about some things, so it's going to happen. We'll stay with it.
All right. Well, one of the great things that came out of that tour over there is that if you go on Preacher Stone's Facebook page or the website, you can get, actually, it's like a little documentary of that trip, right?
That's correct. And it was such a blast, man. Such a blast.
Well, it's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff.
It is. I mean, we had a little film crew follow us through the whole European tour, and then it took forever to put it together because there was so much great footage. They just had to go through and make sure that the best scenes were captured. They did a great job, man. I've watched it several times, and I'm very happy with it. But, we had a great time, and it shows.
When you guys went over there, what are the audiences like compared to playing here?
It's amazing. Even we were in Germany, and I don't think anybody spoke English, but when the music started, they knew exactly what the hell we were doing. It's amazing.
They knew all the words.
They're singing along with us, and I don't even know if they understand what they're singing, but it was amazing. Great people, man. I mean, everything. So we were on this Rocket Sea cruise out of Sweden, and it was mostly heavy metal. I mean, heavy metal players.
Right.
And we took the stage, and my God, they lit up, and it's amazing. I mean, music's universal, man.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
They loved it, so they want us to come back, and we're ready for it, man.
Yeah, that would be an awesome thing to do. Now, if you guys need a roadie, I might be available.
You ready to go, man?
and the roadie got a little chihuahua that doesn't poop on the rug.
Yeah, I would have to take my chihuahua with me, and
I only bite when I get, that's a good dog.
That would be something else, man.
I hear you, brother. We support you, man. We listen to you all the time, so we appreciate you guys.
We play you guys always. You guys are our number one band.
Not a show goes by that we don't have some Preacher Stone. In fact, I got one in the hot seat ready to go as soon as we hang up with you.
And it's on fire.
Yeah.
I'll be listening.
Johnny, we are very fortunate here at Karma Radio to have the only copy of the studio version of Not Today that you guys did when you were...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Zane made sure that we got a copy of that. And I'll tell you what, Ronnie was telling me that it was a one-take thing. You guys went in, did a one-take thing, and it just sounds awesome. And it sounds better than the original version that I heard.
Oh, thank you, man. We enjoyed doing that.
It's a lot harder. The one thing that I with your setup that I like, and you use that Leslie a lot, don't you?
I do, yeah.
That I miss. I'll tell you a guy, and I think that he might, and I don't know, I'm taking a wild guess, but I think you might say that he was one of your influences, was Ken Hensley from Uriah Heep.
Oh, yeah, Uriah Heep, he was, definitely.
Yeah,
he was incredible.
There's something about that sound of...
Yeah, he and John Lord both would overdrive the organ to where it had that growling sound and then push it through a Leslie cabinet. There's nothing better, man. That's my favorite sound of the Hammond B3 is that overdriven sound.
Yeah. Yeah, and that Leslie is basically, I don't know how to describe it, it's just a thing that spins around.
Yeah, it's got two horns, a top horn and a bottom. The bottom is like a bass rotor, a rotating speaker, and the top one is a horn that rotates, and they rotate at different speeds, and they will speed up and slow down as you get the power to it. So
right.
It was a great invention. I love the sound.
Yeah, but you don't hear it that often anymore.
I know. There's a lot of it's artificial.
Yes.
People don't carry the real cabinets anymore.
Right.
But there's some great imitation sounds out there that sound pretty good. But you're right. Most people don't use the Leslie anymore. They just play straight organ parts. There is a difference. You can hear it. But it all depends on your taste in music,
Well, it's just that, and I am not a keyboard player, but I know enough to know that just when I hear that, it reminds me, and what I really remembered was Ken Hensley and Uriah Heep when they did it.
Oh, yeah.
And it made the song sound so much better.
Exactly. Magician's Birthday was one of my favorite albums.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love Bernie, she's a big Uriah Heep fan, too.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
You got, That Magician's Birthday was a great album. In fact, I may have to play some of that here in just a little bit.
Do, man. I'll be listening, brother.
Do you have a request off of that album?
July Morning.
Yeah. Well, I can play some July Morning for you, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
No.
Or anything. That whole album was an inspiration for me.
Yeah. Who were some of the other people that when you were sitting around as a little kid and you decided you wanted to get in music?
I was a guitar player, man, and this little kid that I used to be friends with in the neighborhood brought down a cassette player, and we're shooting basketball, and he goes, "Man, listen to this organ." And I'm going, "Holy shit." I've never even listened to keyboards. and it was Steppenwolf's Magic Carpet Ride.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, man, that is so friggin' cool. And I just started teaching myself one finger at a time. I'd rehearse 4 or 5 hours a day after school until I got to where I could play it. And
wow.
I just every day I played. So not knowing anything about music, and now they just throw me in the mix, and I just kind of hang on. And I think that's my selling point is hell, they'll just throw me with anybody and I'll play. So.
Well, you know, my mom, when I was a kid, asked me, because I play guitar a little bit, but nothing like Ben and Marty do. But, you know, back when I grew up, if a guy was playing a guitar, or not a guitar, but the keyboards are like a piano,
right?
It was like, well, you're a sissy, or something like that. But I tell you what, I could kick myself in the ass right now because I wish I knew how to play the keyboards.
Well, I never looked at it that way. I never really cared.
Well, I shouldn't have cared either. Cared either. You know, I give in to peer pressure.
I know how to play a few songs on the organ. I remembered the numbers growing up. They gave you like a book that we played in music school to play like different songs, and you know how it goes like 10, 9, 8, 9, 10, 10.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
I remember. Yeah, I remember doing that, and I still remember. I could play some. I'm not no, you know, Liberace or anything, but I mean, I know a few songs. I can remember.
I just tried to follow the cool keyboard player, so I didn't feel like I was a sissy.
Well, you know, the one.
I don't think Steve meant it that way. I meant he meant like that's.
No, I mean that.
I know
what he meant. Yeah, what other guys? You know, well, what are you playing? You know, piano for? Because you know, Liberace at the time was very famous. I mean, he was, you know, God, the guy could play the piano.
When I think of piano, that's who I think of.
I never really got into it, though.
Well, I didn't get into Liberace either, but I mean, it's just that it was the point that, you know, I should have just said the hell with these guys and went and learned how to do this, because if you can master the keyboards, you can just about play any other instrument.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a hard instrument to learn.
Just think, if I was really intelligent, I would have taken up the harmonica. Just walk up to a mic and play, and then walk the hell out without having to carry all that.
Down south, they call that the mouth organ.
What you do is unique, though, Johnny. Like, you're a unique. You're unique. Like, that's what makes Johnny Webb Johnny Webb.
One of the things I appreciate about Preacher Stone is that one guy doesn't try to hold the other guy down. Everybody encourages each other. They all want each other to shine, and instead of you know, well, I don't want Johnny overshadowing us in this song, or I don't want, you know, Ben.
Well, we just approach it and put everything we got into it, and everybody's got enough experience to know what works and what doesn't, and when to back off and when to add. It's really unique, man.
Well, this ain't your first rodeo.
People like Marty, when you got people like Marty and Ben and Jim playing their guitars, and hell, you know, Josh is amazing. Ronnie, I mean, there's no weakness, man. You just sit back and do your job.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool to be on a team where there is no weakness.
You got that right, man.
You know,
it's rare.
Yes, it is.
I just love Preacher Stone. I just love, like, everybody knows.
Well,
Preacher Stone. Ernie Preacher Stone. That's what everybody.
I've met a lot of bands, but I've never met a band that had the camaraderie between the guys.
Yeah.
Like Preacher Stone does.
It's so entertaining to me. I just find you all are just so fun. Like,
we need a TV show with the life in the van as we go places. You laugh your ass off. Everybody's it's incredible.
Well, I see. I'd like that BS with Bolt segment, and I thought Bernie and I were talking about it one night. All you guys should do one of those.
Yeah, Johnny, like or even like a reality following the Preacher Stone guys around. You know, they have those on those T&E or A&E or whatever stations.
Yeah.
I think they try to keep me away from doing that because mine would have to be a triple X thing. So I try not to get into that.
Well, one of the things that would really be cool is if there's a lot of other people doing it, but it can bring a little bit of education to other keyboard players or other people that are trying to learn, is if you sit down and go live on Facebook one night and say, hey, you know what, guys, tonight I am going to teach you how to play Blood from a Stone or Walk and Drive.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea, actually.
I bet there's a lot of people that would watch it.
Oh, cool, man.
I'd for sure watch it, that, but I would just watch it to watch it. I wouldn't, I would just be excited to watch it.
Yeah. I think that would be really cool. Well, I've seen DJ Ashba, from 6 a.m., and he played with Guns N' Roses. I've seen other famous guitar players say, hey, I've had a lot of people ask me about, because when they go into the studio and they record something, there's various layers of guitar and various layers of keyboards that they put in. Obviously, it's hard to replicate that sound on stage, but they'll go in there and say, okay, well, this is how I did this part, and this is how I did this part. I'll bet there's a lot of keyboard players out there that don't even know what a Leslie box is that you would educate. A lot of these younger guys that are playing the keyboards right now they're probably going, what the hell is Steve and Johnny talking about?
Right.
So, I mean, you could...
I would be honored, man, to show anybody.
Like me, I don't know what you are talking about. I'm just honest, I don't.
I'll show you. I'll get a video and I'll show you.
There you go.
I'll show you and you'll hear the sound. The sound is just crazy. And we'll throw July Morning on here in just a little bit for you.
Yeah.
Or whatever your favorite is. I like it all, man.
Oh, I like July Morning. I like that song too. So, Johnny,
I like Preacher Stone, and I like all your all music. The Remedy CD, y'all got to get it. You guys got to go to the Preacher Stone congregation or wherever and go on their like page. Give them a like. They got some really nice merchandise there.
Oh yeah. I got to get me another.
Thank you, guys.
I got to get me another couple of Preacher Stone shirts.
I need a hoodie because my shirt, I drown in it. It's like I wanted to.
What?
I don't.
When you guys?
I clip it in the back or something because I feel like.
When you guys came up here last summer and we were getting some shirts, you didn't have any smalls.
I got one, Johnny. I have like an orange pink one, but I swim in it.
Yeah.
And I want to rep it so bad all the time, but when I put it on, I feel like I'm wearing a big...
Yeah, so Ronnie...
I might get it tailored up.
Yeah, Ronnie told me he was going to get some more smalls, so
we'll hook you up.
We'll get you fixed up.
Yeah.
Well, you got all your plans set ready for tomorrow for Thanksgiving, John?
Yeah, immediate family. We're all going to get together and just... have some food and be thankful, man.
Yeah, we're
happy.
That's what it's all about. And listen, we're very thankful that not only that you called tonight, but
and that you let us bore the hell out of you for about 45 minutes or so.
I appreciate you guys. I do.
It was an honor, Johnny. I wanted to get you on air. You have no clue forever. Yeah. And then finally I get the word and I'm like doing a jig there and people in the stores looking at me and I'm like, oh, nothing.
We are very thankful for the friendship.
You're very welcome.
Not only of you, but the rest of the guys at Preacher Stone as well. We love you. I love you like a brother.
Same here, brother.
So.
And Bernie, we'll get
I love you too. Yeah, I love you as my friend as well.
All right, Johnny.
I'm just not only a fan, I'm also a friend.
Hey, listen, make sure that you tell the rest of the guys that we love them, and we will see you guys here real soon, hopefully in northeastern Ohio and Canada. And then we'll see what 2019 brings us, right?
It sounds like a good plan, brother.
All right.
Hey, thanks so much, man.
Hey, listen, call anytime.
I love you, Johnny, and have a happy New Year. What is that? Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
All right, buddy. You take care, man. I appreciate it.
All right, take it easy, bud.
All right, we'll see you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, the great Johnny Webb. I'll tell you, I just love that guy.
Finally, I get to check that off my list. Steve interviewed Johnny Webb.
He is
on air.
He is an amazing person. He really is. And
he is. And I wanted to get in. He does art and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, he's a graphic artist, and he does all kinds.
He's very talented.
Very talented.
Yeah,
very talented, and we are very
honored to be friends. Not like I'm a big, huge fan, but far and foremost, those are my friends as well. I think of them. So, thank you, Johnny, for calling and.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We are going to play a Preacher Stone song, and then we're going to hear Angela's...
Did that just really happen? Can you smack me?
Okay. Schmack. We're going to play Angelus's Christmas song right after that. And then we're going to continue the music right here at Karma Radio. So this song... I tell you what, I hear this song and I get choked up pretty good. This is a song that tells about, and since it is Thanksgiving and we talk about being thankful, we talk about unconditional love, whether it's between a parent and a child or two adults or whatever the case may be. Unconditional love is unconditional love, and this song describes that in a great way, and we're going to hear it for you right now. It's a song called Hand on the Bible. And this is Preacher Stone right here
on Karma Internet Radio. Let's get Preacher Stone, y'all.